Hi guys, in this video we're going to practice making some two-dimensional shapes, which are really important to get good at before you jump into 3D shapes. So to make a 2D shape, we're going to use our toolbar over on the left, and we're going to start with the most common shape, the one you will use the most, which is the rectangle, which is the fourth one down on the toolbar. When you hover over it, it will say rectangle. I'm going to click it to select it, and now you'll see my mouse pointer has changed into this pencil that has a blue box. We're going to find wherever we want the corner of our rectangle to be. So let's say we want one of the corners to be here. We're going to click the mouse and let go. Don't click and hold. I just clicked and let go. And now as I move my mouse, you can see that it allows me to move this rectangle in any direction. Now we want to make sure the outline of the rectangle is blue because we're going to make a rectangle laying down flat. If the outline of your rectangle happens to be red like that or green like you see on my screen, just press the up arrow on your keyboard. Once you tap the up arrow on your keyboard, it's going to force your rectangle to lay down flat on the ground. It'll give it this nice dark blue outline. That's what you want. Now go ahead and stretch this out using your mouse to wherever you want the other end to be. Let's say I want it there, and then I will click again and let go. Now I've made our first two-dimensional shape laying down like that. Let's practice that a couple times. I'm going to go over here, click and let go, and now I can move my mouse around. I can tap the up arrow on the keyboard to make it lay flat. When I've got a size or shape I want, I click again and let go. So it's a click, move it where you want it, and then click again. Now let's talk about resizing these shapes. Let's say the rectangle up here, I made it a little too big or a little too small. I just want to stretch out one of the sides. To stretch out one of the sides or pull out one of the sides, we're going to go back to our toolbar and we're going to go to the move tool. It's the arrows going in the 4 different directions. I'm going to click that tool and then we're going to go to the edge that I want to move in or move out. So let's say it's this edge. When I hover over it, it will turn blue. I'm going to click and let go. And now as I move my mouse, you can see I can move this edge in and out as I want to. Be careful, as you see, I can also stretch it and move it in different directions to make kind of a weird looking polygon. But if you want to make sure that it's still keeping those right angles, you just want to give it a nice gentle move. You'll notice that there will be a red dotted line behind it that shows that you're keeping your box in that nice 90-degree shape. So let's practice moving some of these in and out. We can also move our entire box by clicking the face of it and letting go. And now I can move this entire rectangle if I want to move it somewhere else on the screen. So go ahead and take a moment practicing moving those edges in and out. Once you've done that, I'm going to show you how to make a rectangle standing upright. So to do that, we're going to go back to our rectangle tool. I'm going to find some more space. Maybe I'll go to the other side of this person. And to make a rectangle standing upright, I'm going to tap the right arrow of my keyboard. And now when I click and let go, it's making a box that's standing upright. If I move my camera, you can see how it's standing up in relation to the person. When I click and let go, you'll really be able to see that I've made that upright. So I click, press the right arrow on my keyboard, and now I can make a box standing upright. If I want to make it standing the other way, I press the left arrow on the keyboard, and now I can click and let go, and now we have a box standing in that direction. So go ahead and practice making rectangles standing upright in different directions. And the last thing I want to show you is basically doing these same maneuvers but with other shapes. We're going to make a couple circle shapes. Circles might be an important shape that you want to use. So to find the circles, we're going to go over to our tools, and we're going to go to the very last option and click that to open up the tools. And in this area of the tools, we have all the different shapes. I want you to select the circle. And the circle is going to work similarly to how we did the others, where it's going to be a series of clicks. You don't want to hold the mouse button down and drag. You want to just click and let go. So this time you're going to pick where you want the center of your circle to be. So let's say I want the center of my circle to be there. I'm going to click and let go. And now as I move my mouse, you can see it changes the radius of that circle. When I've got a size I want, I'm going to click and let go. So practice making a few different circle shapes on the ground. Now if you want them to stand upright like these over here, what you're going to want to do is use your arrow keys before you start making the circle. So if I tap my arrow key to the right, now it's made that circle up and down like that. I'm going to click and let go, move my mouse, click and let go, and now I have a circle upright. I can also tap the left arrow key on my keyboard and let go, and now I have a circle going in this direction. So go ahead and practice making two-dimensional shapes laying down and upright. You can also practice using the move tool to move your shapes around if you want to move your shapes around. And if you go to the bottom here, you can see that there are some other shapes you can play around with. We will talk about making arcs in future videos. You can even do a freehand draw if you want to play around with that. You can also add 3D text. So take some time practicing making some of the basic two-dimensional shapes.